Hello, everybody. This is Music Monday, and I'm very excited to welcome our guests today. We got Donald McArthur, the frontman of the River Rock Ramblers. I'm sure you've seen them rocking somewhere here in Amherstburg. I know I've seen them a couple times at Shooters. They always put on a great show, high energy. They look like they're having a lot of fun up there and love what they're doing. Don, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know it's not easy to be a rock star and a member of town council, so thank you so much for joining us.
I know you're welcome, Spencer. I really appreciate the opportunity. Big fan, listening to you guys. We've seen you at the shows at Shooters, and we love this radio station. We love this town, and we love to play classic rock.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Hey, we love to support the local music here in town. It's great that we got all these bands, you being one of them, and you guys are well loved all over. Where else do you guys play? I've only ever seen you at Shooters. Where else do you usually get gigs at?
Yeah, so really, around Essex County, we got our big break. To be honest with you, at the Legion, Fort Malden branch there. Really, things kicked off about a year ago with a real rockin' set out on that patio. Got to be the best patio in all of Essex County there at the Legion, and it was a great show. People were dancing, sitting on the benches across the street. So we love the Legion, for supporting live and local music. They really gave us our break there. So we played the Fort Malden branch Legion. Some other Legions as far away as Bell River, Shooters. We played in Leamington. We played on Pelee Island. We got a gig coming up. Actually, Shooters. We're at Valentine's Day. We're going to be at Shooters, but before that, we're making our big debut, Feb 1st, at the Lion's Head in Windsor. We played at the Cherry Rock in downtown Windsor. Really all over the place, and we got a big gig lined up. March 15th at Cosmos at Caesars Windsor. So we're practicing pretty hard for that one. We're like, prize fighters, working our way up from, one venue to another. And that's, for us, we were very excited to get that first gig at Shooters, and thank you, Matt, for that. That was always something we were striving for, and we've been back a few times. But now, the Ramblers, we're Amherstburg's house band, and we're going on the road to Cosmos on March 15th, and we're excited about that.
No doubt. That is something to be very, very proud of. You beat out a lot of bands for that gig on March 15th. That's a huge honor. Be proud of yourselves, River Rock Ramblers, being able to play Cosmos. Congratulations on that. Moving up in the world, the Cherry Pit, that's a great place too. I've been there. How was that experience there? I got to ask you that.
It was great. I mean, I used to work, as a Windsor Star reporter, right, for many years. And so I lived downtown Windsor, worked downtown Windsor. So I know that area well, so it was a bit of a homecoming for me to get, back to downtown Windsor. It was a bit of a pain, I know in Amherstburg we talk about parking a lot, but it's a bit harder in Windsor some days, and so that was a bit of a challenge. But man, I mean, when you're up there playing, they have posters of like classic rock bands on the wall, and the view, of the Detroit River and the Rensen and the Detroit skyline. Well, you're sort of up on stage playing. Was really cool. So I know they do a lot to support live and local music, and it was a fun place to play.
Very nice. Yeah, it's a great place. Definitely check that out, folks, if you haven't checked out the Cherry Rock Lounge yet. Very, very cool the way it's all decorated aesthetically in there and whatnot. So you played some great places. You're getting really well known. That's awesome for the River Rock Ramblers. Don, let's talk a little bit about you first before we move on to them. Got to know your upbringing, man. What kind of music did you like growing up? Did you take any guitar lessons, any singing lessons? You all self-taught? Tell me about your music career growing up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we had an old guitar kicking around the house, but to be honest with you, I went and took a couple of lessons, and they had me sort of playing Jingle Bells and Yankee Doodle Dandy, and I never really took to it then. And but went away to high school, and I just Dylan all the time. Like I was seeing this new movie coming out, a Complete Unknown. That was a walk down memory lane because I listened to a lot of Bob Dylan in high school. I had this beat up bootleg tape from the All Hallows Eve concert. Listened to that quite a lot. Got into the Grateful Dead quite a bit as well. And then when I was in maybe second year university, I went to Western in London, and I kind of picked up a guitar. And, because my friends had it, and just kind of nibbled at it. But then I drove my motorcycle when I graduated university across North America, took the long way, like New Mexico, Vegas, Grand Canyon, up the coast, got to Vancouver, And I went out and I spent $300, which back then was an awful lot of money, and still, today is no bargain. But $300 on an acoustic guitar on the installment plan, and I dutifully went, every week to buy the, make my payments. Norman guitar, and I started learning some Bob Dylan songs, and that's when I really started playing guitar. And then, I stopped for a while, and I've got a 15-year-old daughter, and right before she was born, I went out and I bought, a new guitar. And for the past 15, I played to her when she was in her mama's belly, and when she was in the crib growing up, and I really haven't stopped since.
Wow, wonderful. What an amazing story. So you're kind of like the most interesting man in the world, went all across, America, back into Canada, whatnot, on a motorcycle. I love that. And then that's a really, really nice story. You playing to your pregnant wife, hopefully your daughter hearing the music and whatnot, what you were playing. I love hearing stories like that. So that's pretty much, you've never stopped since then.
No, like once it was a Martin Hippie guitar. If you Google it up, it's a beautiful guitar. I bought it at Riverside Music. It's got a painted mural, and that really got my love of music going. And I kept playing with my daughter, Violet, and she would play on the drums. And our first big break, was January 20th, 2018, at the Women's March in Windsor. Pat Papadeus, one of the organizers, invited me up to play. And that was just on a Baby Taylor guitar, but I played For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield, and my daughter Violet was on stage beside me playing the bongo drums. It's the featured image on my Facebook page, and it's one of my most enduring happy memories. Playing to I wasn't very good, don't get me wrong, but the crowd was very receptive, and they liked the spirit of the song, if not my particular version of it, and we had a blast, and it's a memory I'm going to have forever, and I'm always going to be indebted to Pat Papadeus there for inviting me up on stage there. And after that, January 2018, I got on Kijiji, because I wanted to expand and learn how to play a bit better, and I ended up meeting a guy lives in Amherstburg, and he was a drummer. And we sort of got together and started jamming, and then a few other people came together, and we started jamming in the garage on Low Side Road, and, the rest is history.
The rest is history. That's how the River Rock Ramblers were created, right there.
Yeah, Kijiji.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Hey, that's the way they used to do it, right? Put out a flyer or something, putting a band together. It's more modern, right? All over the internet.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about the band. Who is everyone that's in the band?
Yeah. So, there's been some changes. Like I said, we started in this garage on Low Side Road, and our first sort of gig was in 2018. I was back then running my first time for council. We had to rock the boat at the bunker at the old Fort Fun Center. And at the time, a couple of the guys that are still in the band, that was my first time playing with them. And it's David Jones. He's a lead guitarist. He's from Windsor. The guy can really rip it up. Some 6 solos, great tone on his guitar. Just a fantastic guitar player, very versatile. So it's my first time sort of jamming live with David Jones, and also with Rich Reed. He's a bass player from the band, Amherstburg boy. And we now jam. We're not on Low Side Road anymore. We're over on in Kingsbridge now, playing in Rich's basement quite often for our practices. But that would be the core 3. It was Rich Reed on bass, David Jones on guitar, and myself. We've been together since 2018. Our drummer at the time, he's moved on, and we have another drummer now. His name is Dean Valentino. He's you might have seen him. He's in the Bank Theater. He's an actor, like an award-winning actor. He was in Cuckoo's Nest, and it's almost tough to practice sometimes because he's always up to something. Very, very versatile, talented artist and actor. And so he's our drummer. And we've got another lead guitarist. We're blessed with fantastic guitar players. Johnny I also plays lead guitar. And then Bridget Reed, who is Rich's wife. She's joined us just recently, a few months ago. She does backup vocals, and she does a couple of her own numbers, songs that really, my voice can't handle because they're looking for a female voice, and she rocks it out. So those are all the members now of the River Rock Ramblers.
Wonderful, wonderful. I got to talk about the shows. I love coming to the shows. You guys play a great set list. You're playing a Tom Petty song, my favorite Tom Petty song. I never heard that live. I remember that really caught my attention, You Wreck Me. And I remember you saying you love doing that one. It's a fun song. So I love your guys' music set list. How did you choose your set list? Did the input come from everybody, or is there just a sole person that kind of chose everything and let's learn this and practice this?
Yeah, it sort of comes from everybody. So in Rich's basement, he's got a whiteboard, and we call it the board. And if you want a song that you want the band to tackle, you put it on the board. And, to be honest, there's some songs that, that have been on the board for a while. But, to our credit, there's a fair number that have come off, because we learn them. We get them good enough that we can pull them out of the sock drawer and break it out at Shooters or at the Legion. And once we play it live, once or twice, we take it off the board, and just a constant rotation of songs. You're right, like You Wreck Me. I love that song. We love Tom Petty. We play Mary Jane's Last Dance. We play Running Down a Dream. We play You Wreck Me. We used to play You're So Bad. So, a lot of Tom Petty, a lot of CCR, a lot of hip. People around Essex County and Amherstburg, they love the hip. So we got at least one tragically hip song in each set, and we generally play 3 sets. Neil Young too. We love the Canadian rock. But yeah, we got a whiteboard. Someone throws it on the whiteboard. We practice it. If it's good, it makes the cut. If it's not good, it stays on the whiteboard.
And how many, you're really practicing right now, but before this Cosmos gig, how many times would you get together a week, would you say, and how many hours would you practice?
Well, I'd say, we try to get together. We're all, we're not giving up our day jobs, right? So
Yeah.
This is something we do on the side. It's something we do for fun. So we try to get together and practice once a week. Especially if we don't have a gig, right? If you have a gig, you can come together and practice. So once a week we try to come together as a band to jam. I play probably every day. Just to practice guitar. Lately, I'm really trying to practice harmonica, and I love to play and sing with my girlfriend, with my partner Nancy. You see us out walking quite a bit about Amherstburg. She's got a voice that'll knock your socks off, and so we sing quite a bit and play quite a bit. So that keeps me in practice. And like I said, I'm really trying to get better at the harmonica, because I think that can add something. I can already do Mary Jane's Last Dance and stuff, but it can add a little value added if I can get just a little bit better. So I try to play and sing a few minutes every day, and as a band we get together once a week, and it's clear every time we get together that the other folks have been practicing too.
Is there anything you do, like day of show, kind of for your voice or whatnot, kind of keep all that intact, not get hoarse, or are you just kind of someone as you go? You don't need anything, you don't need any special treatment?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate. Like Nancy takes care of me, so she, we like to drink tea, late at night. I'm not as wild as maybe Zeppelin used to be, right? So it's tea that I have at night, but. Takes care of me that way, but mostly, every now and again we have back-to-back shows, and that can be a bit tough on the voice. I mean, I'm 53. I'm not as young as I used to be, but the big thing I try to do is I walk all the time. I used to run all the time, so lung capacity, I try to keep up. So on a show day, I like to get up and go for a run, or at least a good walk, to get the blood pumping and get breathe in the life force there, the oxygen, and just clear my head. I like to do that, and I think everyone should get out and walk if they can. Amherstburg, it's a beautiful town to walk in. A lot of choices, and so generally I like to do that on show day. But otherwise, I'm not a prima donna. It's like no green M&Ms in the candy bowl or anything like that. I just show up and do my best and try and have fun.
Yeah, and it's always fun. It's a great show. I love it. Your music variety is huge. I know I've stressed that already once in the interview, but it's not very often you see a band play Come Together by the Beatles and Hard Day's Night like I've seen you guys play, which is awesome. I love it. Doing different Beatles songs, doing just different songs in general. Like the Tom Petty one, You Wreck Me, kind of blew me away, right? You don't expect to see a band playing something like that. So looking forward to more the set list, if they're going to change, what other songs are going to come off the board as well. Don't forget, everybody, they got a show on Valentine's Day. It's always a great day to come out and watch a good band, February 14th at Shooters. And then if you're in Windsor on March 15th at the casino, stop in there, maybe another date night, another month later, Valentine's Day, whatever the case may be. Have a drink at Cosmos, watch the River Rock Ramblers. Don, we're very excited for your band. What else does the future hold later on this year for the River Rock Ramblers? You got anything else big planned so far?
No, I think the high water mark, sort of at this point is Cosmos. So we're trying to really, get focused, get ready in that, so we can really give folks a good show. I would be remiss if I just really want to thank, all the folks that support live and local music, like Matt at Shooters. It was always our big, when we were practicing in that garage on Low Side Road, and even at my house back when I used to live in McGregor, it was always, we're going to make it to Shooters, guys. We're going to make the Shooters. And that was going to be the big time. And, I'll never forget when we saw River Rock Ramblers last Christmas. We finally had our big break at Shooters and saw River Rock Ramblers up on the sign. Like, I thought it was going to run out of R's, you know what I mean, on that sign outside Shooters. But he didn't. He had enough R's. And to give us a break, give us a chance, I sent him a thank you card after that because it was really had been a long-term goal of us. So, thank you to Matt from Shooters. Thank you to the Legion for everything you do for the community and for giving us our big break, last July and supporting live and local music. And also, the Ramblers, we've done a lot of charity stuff, I want to say. Like Kathy Talbot organized a big fundraiser in Amherstburg, and we played at the KFC in McGregor for that. We played for the Windsor-Essex bike community to raise money for them. We played for free to raise money for the Pickleball Association. And, also, back in the day, we played in the gazebo and such in Navy Yard Park, and we raised money for Ronald McDonald House, the House Youth Center, and Camp Briarswood. So, if you got a great cause, and you're doing some good stuff for the community, don't hesitate to hit me up because we like to support, the people that support us.
The River Rock Ramblers give back. You got to love that. That's awesome. Thank you for everything that you do, right? And like you said, right? Like, thank you to live music, all the venues that support live music, giving bands like you and other ones either their first big break or just, booked regularly, which seems to be the case now at Shooters. Looking forward to February 14th. Don, I got to say, congratulations on the success. Very happy for you guys. As you put it, you made it now, the first big break and all that. Now look at the world. You're going to play Cosmos, which is, kind of like the Mecca in this area, right? For bands that haven't got a record deal or anything like Cosmos, something to be very, very proud of. So congratulations to the River Rock Ramblers. Don, thank you so much for joining us, learning a little about you and, the formation of the River Rock Ramblers and what people can expect coming out to a show. Really appreciate you taking the time and wish you guys the best of luck with everything.
Fantastic, Spencer. I really appreciate the opportunity and everything, CKBG, everything you guys are doing for the community. It's so fantastic to have a radio station. So thank you very much for your time today and everything that you do.
Thank you very much. Don, look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for taking the time. Donald McArthur of the River Rock Ramblers, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.